There you go. Welcome back, Sports Pantomaths. Here with me today, I got no other than my co-host, Zach the Z Whistle William, who we're going to start our franchises with. We're going to have a Tom Brady update, NFL quarterback update, and also we will have some MLB free agency news.
Yes, some news from the MLB free agency world that nobody on this earth knows. So you're getting very exclusive information right here today on Sports Pantomaths.
Also, we want to go ahead and tell you that our show is brought to you by no other than Handy Dandy Man. This koozie can keep my water cool just like he can keep your house looking cool.
Yeah.
Whatever renovations you need your house painted, you need that new light hung up in your house. Give Handy Dandy a call at your price.
All right, and we also got another sponsor, and they're the Tan Spot. You know this. We got 4820 Armor Road right next to Bucky's Vape Shop, and they're open Monday through Saturday, and I think they're open until 4 o'clock every day. So just swing on by there, get your tan on. The Tan Spot, 4820 Armor Road.
I like it. You know, we can go in there, get our tan on, get it for a good price, and also for those of you who vape, you can just quit vaping and go tan instead.
Yeah.
It's right there near it.
If you still want to vape, just go.
Also, big news. Stay tuned to our social medias this week. We will be creating a college basketball March Madness bracket. We will be allowing others to join the group and enter brackets, and the winner will come up with a prize. We're going to make a poll and let you guys decide what the prize should be.
So next week, along with our NFL fantasy draft, or with our NFL mock draft, we're going to do a baseball MLB fantasy draft also. And me and him, we're going to fill out our teams and hopefully give you guys some pointers on, who y'all are on the bridge of picking and so on, because, it's almost fantasy season.
If you're listening, I got to get in on your league. I still got to join.
Me too.
So if you got a spot for two, what are your guys?
Yeah.
Speaking of picking players and stuff, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling for the NBA today.
Okay.
So I was texting you the other day, and I said, let's pick two guys to start your NBA franchise with, and we're gonna think about their career-wise. So, if you're starting with LeBron, you get LeBron at this age, for like three prime years, I believe. But I chose Luka Doncic and Zion Williams, but he brings along this special talent, special charisma about him that just makes me want to watch all the time. He's always tuning me into a TV. And from a business perspective, I think I'd be a rich owner. I'd have, the world market with Luka Doncic, he brings in the most ratings to me nowadays.
You can say that, but my two players, you're probably right. Along with the popularity, about the market. But my team, we would win championships.
Oh, really?
Because I would take Giannis along with Jason Tatum.
Okay. Oh, I like Tatum, Celtics guy.
I love Tatum. I think he's got a Mamba mentality, man. I think he can put the ball on the floor. I think he can score, 3-level score. And Giannis is Giannis. Everybody knows what Giannis is. He's arguably the best player in the league right now, 2 years running. And I don't even think he's entered his prime. He's not even entered his prime, in my opinion. And because he's still got so much.
He's been in the league for 9 years.
But how old is he? He's got it. I think he's 27, 26.
Oh, 27?
Yeah, I think he's 26, 27 years old. So, he's still got a lot of years left playing at this high level. He's already
younger.
25 years old, and he's already about to snag his second MVP trophy. You got to give me Giannis if I'm starting my franchise right now. And also give me Jason Tatum because he's a dog.
I will say, coming into his rookie year, I watched him go on the playoff run that he went on 2 years ago, Jason Tatum. And from watching that, I told people he reminds me of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he really does.
Not wanting to, throw his name out there because you don't run across many of those guys still. I think the way he plays, the ISO ball he can do, but I think he's a good defender. He can score at will, and the shots he makes just reminds me of like Kobe's with his fadeaways, all his dribble moves. He's nasty.
Yeah. Speaking of Giannis, who do you have as the?
Hold on, I got one more thing before you keep it moving. I got to. You got to put some respect on my boy Luka Doncic's name.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because
Luka's good, man. I like Luka. He's nice.
He's a walking triple double.
Okay.
Walking triple double in his sleep. He can shoot the ball, unlike his rookie year. And
Okay.
for me personally, I saw Giannis. I think it was it last night? Yes, last night they were playing. Oh, who did they play last night? Oh man, I watched the game he just played recently where they lost, and let's just say the Heat. The Heat. There we go, against the Heat.
Very good team.
But yeah, I agree with you. Sleeper team in the East. No one was expecting them, but I got the stats right here. 13 points. Now he did have 15 boards, which I like.
He's always good plus rebound.
However, 6 of 18 from the field and 0 of 4 from deep. Now, I just to touch on a little bit the James Harden Giannis beef. I don't know what you saw about that.
Yeah.
But is James Harden true when he says that he just runs around dunking, or is it more than that? I believe it's more than that.
I believe it's more than that, but I also, a part of me wants to side with James Harden because James Harden feels slighted and disrespected. I thought Giannis was a little out of place by going ahead and saying something, especially if that's not your boy. If that's not your boy, then why are you saying stuff like that?
On national TV.
I mean, come on, man. But I mean, and Harden, who is a perennial All-Star, has won an MVP. I mean, he deserves respect at least. You know, you got to respect each other's game, and if you don't, that's fine. But I wouldn't have verbalized it. So that's where I kind of side with Harden. Although I do think it's more than just being 7 foot tall and dunking on everybody. So,
besides the playoffs, have you watched the whole Rockets game?
No.
Pretty tough. It's pretty tough. Just watching James Harden.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what everybody has a problem with. Nobody likes to see a guy go to the line and shoot 14, 16 free throws a game. But I mean, whatever works, man. And I think they're 10-2 in their last 12 games or something like that. So I mean, like Harden said, you know, he drafted Kemba Walker over him in the All-Star game. He averaged more assists than Kemba Walker, so he must pass the ball a little bit.
I was curious on. I mean, we'll get going after this, but Trae Young was the last pick in that starter draft, and I thought he had a good impact on that All-Star. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Trae Young, I do like to pay attention to the Hawks because if they ever were to get good, I'm a Hawks fan. But I do like to pay attention to the Hawks a little bit, and Trae Young is the truth. Now, he might be a top 5 offensive player in this game. He is the worst defensive player in the NBA. I gotta say that.
He is rough.
He's so bad. He's actually, it's kind of sad. But moving on.
Okay. Who is your team to look out for in each conference? So, I mean, favorites, and then out in the East, you're gonna say Milwaukee would be the favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your team to look out for that could potentially knock one of these teams off?
In the West, I think it's going to be between the 2 LA teams. I don't really think nobody's going to knock them off. But
quick question for you before you keep. Sorry. Got to ask you. Pelicans get the 8th seed, and they see the Lakers first round.
That's who I got down for my team to look out for.
Great minds think alike.
You got the Pelicans who can sneak in, and I mean, I'm not saying they would win. I'm not saying they would win in a 7-game series against anybody.
But they can snag 2.
But they can snag 2. They can snag 3. They could go the distance with the team.
If Zion can play
all I'm
minutes.
saying is my team to look out for is the Pelicans, because if they just get in, that's a feat in its own, considering where they were at when Zion came back.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Because, you know, that's what I'm looking for in the West right now. Now, we know who's going to be there at the end in the West, or at least we think we know. But the Pelicans is who I'm looking out for in the West, because I think it's impressive what they're doing in New Orleans. Just if they get in, just this push that they're making is very impressive to me, and that's what I'm looking at in the West.
Okay. So my team will be the Dallas Mavericks. I can definitely see them, even if they knock off a Denver, or Utah,
I can see them advancing.
But I definitely think they win the first round. No, not yet. Okay, we got to go to the East. That was the West. Your other team to look out for in the East.
Toronto.
Toronto.
They're champions. They play as if they're the defending champs. They play like they have something to defend. They They really do.
They do play hard.
And they are the defending champs. I mean, you can't take that from them now, considering their best player is not on the team anymore, and that was Kawhi's championship. All that good stuff. Toronto is playing.
I agree with you. I think that's probably the hardest I've seen a team play in the regular season, probably since my Celtics when they had Isaiah Thomas.
And nobody's going to come in and just, especially they're going to have home court. Nobody's going to come in and just beat them in a 7-game series and Toronto's going to have something to say about that. Now, I'm not saying they go all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I think they have a damn good shot.
I got my sleeper team for you, and we mentioned them earlier. Miami Heat.
Okay, yeah.
I love Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. Is that how you say it?
Adebayo, yeah.
Bam, whatever. Bam. Man, I like the white guys. Tyler Hero and what's
Tyler Hero is a bucket. I like
Robinson. Robinson. What's his first name? Duncan Robinson, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Fact check us on that one.
Maybe.
However,
I don't know.
they got shooter for Iguodala and then playoff experience with Jamison Crowder.
Mm-hmm.
I think at least at minimum, I know they win the first round. Regardless of who they play. I think they'll knock off Sixers.
What if they play the Sixers?
Oh, they'll knock them off.
They'll knock off the Sixers?
Yes. I think they beat the Sixers in 6. They don't lead.
Okay. I think the only reason that I would take Toronto over Miami is because Miami's best players, with the exception of Jimmy Butler, everybody contributing. They're young, haven't been there before. Sometimes it takes an experience like the Bucks had last year.
Yeah.
Getting there and losing. And, I think that Miami still got some growing to do. As far as Toronto, though, I mean, they know how it feels. They can smell, the same thing they smelled last year.
Hey, but this is the same, Toronto team that used to get bullied by LeBron every year.
I know it, and we'll get on that in a second. But it's crazy how LeBron.
Hey, shout out Bron from the East for however long he did.
But yeah, man, I got my eyes on Toronto. Kyle Lowry, he's playing like a superstar, man. So
you watch it.
I'm telling
you, watch it.
You watch. Now, did you see Kyle Lowry trying to go through nobody's legs?
Oh my!
Yeah, with the exception of that play,
that was the most Kyle Lowry thing. Like if you're like, all right, this NBA player trying to go through George.
Hey, Pascal Siakam is nothing to sneeze at, man.
I'm talking about. I think they call him Spicy Pete.
I
like him. I think me and my stepdad were kind of having this debate too the other day. He was saying he's like a superstar, and I'll say I think he's Chris Middleton to me.
I think he's better than Chris Middleton. He's like I don't know. You ever seen Hunter Pence play ball? That's what Siakam looks like on the basketball court. It's like he's shooting opposite handed, but it goes in. He's a baller.
So let's move on real quick. I'm gonna say Zion Williamson, and you tell me first thought that comes to your head.
Beast.
I agree with you. The first thing that I thought of was activizing. Is that what a word?
Yeah, probably. That'd be a word.
There we go. I can tell you one thing. Every single time I see the Pelicans are coming the team stream, and I'm like, let's see who comes on the NBA tonight. If the Pelicans are on,
I'm watching.
The Mavericks are on. It's about a 70% chance I watch. It's 100%.
100%, yeah. And it's must-see TV because we have not seen a guy. We've seen guys come. I mean, look at what John Morant's doing this year. We've seen guys come in and perform at a high level, at the highest level, just like Zion is. But we haven't seen it done this way with big boy basketball. And he's the biggest, strongest guy out there. He's 19 years old. And it's entertaining.
And
it really
it's awesome to watch. And another thing is, he reminds me of like Shaq with his body type. He don't have the height of Shaq or anything like that.
Yeah.
But the way he absolutely
I thought the same thing. I was literally saying that he could be the next Shaq until I saw he was 6'6".
But he plays like he's 7 foot, and then he bodies people like. Did you see him dunk on Kuzma?
Did you see him and LeBron going back and back?
That was amazing, man.
Back and forth.
Amazing to watch.
Yes. That was
amazing.
That was like LeBron saying, "Hold up, young fella."
It's my throat.
No, that was pretty much like not.
Like,
not
you're getting
one day, but not yet. What do you think about LeBron? Potentially being the MVP.
All right, I think LeBron should at least win MVP.
Okay.
He should have at least 10.
I'll go with 10.
At least 10. I think every single year I can go to the LeBron team, and if I took LeBron off the team, I don't know if they made the playoffs. Besides when he was with the Heat, really, I mean, look what happened when he left Cleveland. Kyrie got there, and I don't think they won more than like 13 games in a season.
No, they were awful.
The Lakers, it's the worst of the Pelicans.
It's like the Pelicans with Anthony Davis.
And it's like, have you watched the Detroit Pistons game this year?
No.
Exactly. It's like watching the Pistons try to play. It is awful.
Yeah.
So if LeBron is not on the court for the Lakers, it is just atrocious to watch. It is awful.
Yeah.
So if LeBron is not on the court for the Lakers, it is just atrocious to watch. So I think if you're going by stats and numbers and you're like a very like stat guy, I would say Giannis is the MVP just because look at he's putting crazy numbers up. But if I'm talking about most valuable player, like the guy who means the most to his team, look at plus minus and try to watch that team without him on the floor, it's LeBron every year. The way he facilitates the ball, gets the ball to teammates, and then also on top of that, scores at will. I just think he's in another league.
So you would give LeBron the – I'm torn because I'm trying not to factor that in. I'm trying not to give – it's so hard not to give LeBron age. The only reason that I say that you might have to give it to Giannis, I mean, 31 minutes. He's only averaging 31 minutes a game. That's rounded up too. LeBron's averaging 35. Giannis has 30 points a game. LeBron's averaging 26. Giannis is shooting 55%, having 14 boards a game. LeBron's grabbing 8. But what is impressive about LeBron?
Leading the league in assists.
He's leading the league in assists.
Quick question.
And his team ain't even good.
Quick question. I got a question. Does Giannis lead the league in like a particular like stat category?
PER.
Okay.
Player efficiency rating.
There we go. Okay.
If the season were to end better than Jordan's best year, LeBron's best year, Magic's best year, Shaq's best year, Wilt's best year, Bird's best year, it would be the best of all time. So stat-wise, last year, and he's significantly better this year.
What if we gave him most improved player? I think we could give him most improved. Give LeBron the MVP.
Or just name the MVP after LeBron James and give it to Giannis. The LeBron James most valuable player.
Yes, that is perfect. Okay, that solves all the problems. We just name the trophy after him.
Yeah, name the MVP trophy after LeBron, and then I'll accept the fact that he never wins it when he deserves it. Also, Giannis is in the East.
That has to take a
and when LeBron was in the East, supposedly that was the reason he was getting snubbed for all these MVPs.
I want that same slander.
I want the same energy that y'all had when LeBron was dominating the East, because the East did not get better. LeBron left.
Everyone's a critic.
I mean, it's not a coincidence, guys. So just remember that Giannis is dominating the same East that LeBron dominated for 4 straight years when he went back to Cleveland and never won an MVP. And LeBron goes to the West. Oh, LeBron can't compete in the West. He do it in the Western Conference. Okay, well, he went to the West. It's his second year in the West. His team's in first place. They're going to get the 1 seed.
I got no argument.
And he's 35.
you know I'm a big LeBron guy.
Yeah, me too, if you can't tell.
Now, the challenger in the West supposedly is the Clippers. And I got a little thing about the Clippers. I've heard some people worried about the Clippers, and then some, on the other hand, are, don't worry about them. It's, the regular season at all, and I don't think they care about home court at all. I think they know that they're going to be the better team in the playoffs, whoever they play, maybe besides the Lakers. But other than that, they're like, we're the better team, the deeper team. And
they're way deeper than the Lakers.
The team that we're going to see in the conference finals, we share arena with.
Yeah.
So we are pretty like the people who like stay woke. Woke people. The Clippers are trying to stay woke. Like, hey, the Western Conference Finals are going to be in LA anyway.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, hey, we're still at home court.
I can see that. The the Clippers are very deep. The Lakers should have made a move to match some depth, and they couldn't get one done.
They're looking
at Deion Waiters
and J.R. Smith.
and J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith don't even know whether the game's tied. Look how J.R. Smith.
If we allow JR to go shirtless in the game, does he go from like a 10 to 12 point guy to
is that like a Hoodie Mello situation?
Yeah, like shirtless JR.
Yeah,
shirtless JR.
Shirtless JR. That's a beast. That's like untucked shirt Kyrie. That's a different man.
Oh, on this day, did you know LeBron dropped 61 with his mask on for the Heat? I saw that on Twitter today.
That's villain Braun. Nobody wants to. Nobody
in the NBA.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you go first. Most underrated player this year for you?
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul
has had a good year.
Did you know he went to a plant-based diet?
Yes, and I don't know. He went to a plant-based diet, and now he's balling out. Is that the reason? We don't know. But eat your meat, guys.
I'm gonna say I may take this diet on for the next 3 days and then go play basketball.
Good luck.
If I'm better, I'm going to a plant-based diet. Haven't shot a ball in years.
What I need to do is I need to eat a bunch of plants for about a month and then go out there and play some golf because I suck.
Oh my! We might have found. Listen, I'm gonna find out the golfers who do a plant-based diet.
Oh no! No, I know. Don't look it up. I'm gonna actually have to do it
because you never know if that will make my game better. Damn it, I may do it. I may have to do it. So I'm going to go with Bradley Beal as my most underrated player.
That's good. He didn't even make the All-Star team.
When he was an All-Star snub. And like I said, can you name another player in the Wizards? I know John Wall's hurt.
It's not hurt. Yeah.
John Wall's
hurt.
I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. That's crickets right there, man.
Yeah,
Nobody. And somehow they're battling. Huh?
I think they have a guy named Bertans.
Oh, okay. Okay.
For $1 million, I couldn't tell you his first name.
Yeah.
Or if he actually still played for the Wizards.
I'm going to say Nicola. I'm just going to say it might go together.
Yeah.
Probably not close, but they're battling for an 8 seed somehow with that team and Bradley Beal. So props to Bradley Beal, most underrated player in the league to me. So, in the NBA, around free agency moving, big players switching teams, and this is a different year for the NFL because
the NFL is normally not like that.
No, I saw a stat earlier today: over 40% of Hall of Famers in the NFL, when they're in the Hall of Fame, they only play for one team their whole career.
Yeah, I mean it's just a different league. The NFL is not as star driven as the NBA. NBA is a star driven league. If there's no stars, we don't watch. The NFL. I mean, they could games. We'd still keep up with all the stats. I mean, it's just a different league. And I can't. In my lifetime, we have not. Sorry, excuse me. In my lifetime, we have not had an off season this.
Lots of movement going on. So we were talking just a little Tom Brady update. I saw the FaceTime video where him and Julian Edelman are at the Syracuse game, sitting courtside, and Julian Edelman says he's coming back. Like it looked like his mouthed, no, he's not. And I was like, pick Mike Vrabel.
I got him going to the Titans, man. It just makes too much sense. It just makes too much sense. And I know Tom, but he is loving this. He's going to drag this out.
He's milking it.
He's going to drag this out as long as he possibly can. I mean, because he's never had this. And he deserves it. He deserves all the publicity. He deserves the suspense. He needs to enjoy this, and I really hope he goes to the Titans because I'm a Falcons fan. Bless my heart, but I can't lie. The Titans really grew on me this year.
I love Derrick Henry.
Roll Tide
and a fullback. They have a fullback and Derrick Henry.
Yeah. And
that's a rough day as a DB, a linebacker, a safety. I
like watching any football team that I catch myself screaming at the football, and that's what the Titans play. And I think that's what Tom Brady needs if he wants to win. Not that Tom Brady can't make all the throws, but I do think that he would benefit from having a run game, from having a good defense, and going to a team that just lost an AFC championship with a head coach that's one of your good friends. You won
Super Bowl.
3 Super Bowls with him as a teammate, and with a run game like that, an O-line like that, great receivers. It just makes too much sense. I mean, I don't understand why he would go anywhere else if Tennessee wants it.
I'm right there with you. I think he goes Tennessee. I like the playmakers. Now, I did read an article, though, that said he wants to play with Antonio Brown next year. I don't know who wants Antonio Brown. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. But
so
I like him.
So he wants to play on the playground.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So he wants to free agent all year long because that's what Antonio Brown's headed for.
So we both say Tennessee. I like it with you. I like they got wide receivers. They got the running game. I think a couple draft picks on defense. I think they got everything that he's looking for. He plays 2 years there and then hangs it up. Calls it quits.
Yeah, I think so too. Or, maybe a 1-and-1 with a player option or something like that.
Yeah.
That way, just in case he wins the Super Bowl, he can just ride off into the sunset.
I know guys.
I mean, I think that he deserves to go out on top, and I think Tennessee gives him the best chance to do so.
So you had a little game, didn't you, about teams looking for quarterbacks?
Yeah. Okay, so what I did was I took all the quarterbacks, all the big free agent quarterbacks, and all the quarterbacks that play for a team or that start for a team that has any of the top 15 picks in the draft.
Okay.
All right. And now Burrow's going number 1. Burrow is going to the Bengals. All right.
Yes,
And I would take Burrow over that you wouldn't. I'm an Alabama fan.
They do a guy.
I'm an Alabama fan, but I just can't get over what Joe Burrow did this past year in college football. The best regular season in college football history, best single season. But Tua is kind of a coin flip. You don't know who's going to get Tua. You don't know. I mean,
it's crazy.
I mean, you don't know who's going to pull the trigger, who's going to trade up, who's going to, that draft day madness. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go off a list of quarterbacks. I just want to ask you.
Okay.
Would you take Tua or Dwayne Haskins?
Tua, easily.
Tua or Matthew Stafford?
Like his
right now.
Oh, I'm gonna say Tua.
It's for now and the future.
Okay, I'm gonna say Tua only because Matt Stafford hasn't won the games. I love Matt Stafford, Georgia fan. However, like I said, I think Tua's generational. Steve Young to me was who I think of. And 3-point weeks, and then he gets back to like 3 interceptions, 3 touchdowns weeks. But still, I'm going to take Tua. Easily.
Daniel Jones or Tua?
I like where the Giants are with Daniel Jones. I think he's the guy for the Giants, but I take Tua.
If you were the Giants, would you take Tua?
No. I'm Daniel Jones.
Okay. Tyrod Taylor.
The Chargers?
Yes.
I don't know if he makes it deep on the board. I think the Chargers should bring in a free agent guy.
I think the Chargers, the Panthers, the the Dolphins might even have to trade up. I think that the Chargers could be one of those teams that trade up. I really do. They got talent on their roster. I mean, you could trade up. I think it's a real possibility that they do. Maybe they like Herbert. I mean, I don't know. Yes, I agree with everything that you said so far. Besides Daniel Jones, get out of here, Daniel Jones. Give me Tua over Daniel Jones.
Man, I think that he made big strides though last year. I will say.
Big strides. Yeah, he would get replaced in 1 week.
You could be right, but he does a year under his belt. So I like what they're building in New
York. Cam Newton. If you're the Panthers and you got that pick,
and he's on the board.
You're the Panthers and you offer Cam Newton and a second or first rounder to the Redskins for the second pick. And
I'm taking Tua.
I mean, but I'm just saying, would you?
Yes, I'm taking Tua. I like Cam Newton, but I don't know what his. It's the same thing with Tua. You don't know his health concerns, but I know Cam Newton's ceiling, and he's no longer there. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take Tua.
They're getting harder.
Okay.
Tua or Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray. I've seen what Kyler Murray can do in the NFL. I know at least what his floor will probably be, and that was a pretty high floor for me, especially as a rookie quarterback who I think was like 5'10".
That's the first one. That's the first one I would have picked Murray right there too. That's the first one.
He was unbelievable.
I would have picked Murray right there too. That's the first one.
He was unbelievable last year.
Gardner Minshew.
Actually, I'd take Tua. And I saw earlier after the Jaguars, just probably one of the worst run franchises in the NFL, traded A.J. Bowie, cornerback, Pro Bowl cornerback at that, for a 4th-round pick to the Denver Broncos. I don't know if the Jags are trying to stack up all they got 10 picks in the first 4 rounds now. I don't know if they're trying to stack up and try to make a move trade up. I would take Tua over Gardner Minshew, but I think if you think of Jacksonville, like if you put all the quarterbacks on like a big poster, like picking their teams on who they play for, I think you would put Gardner Minshew exactly with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And I think you would put Tua to Jacksonville the league. Things like that. That's Patriots. That's Patriots. I mean, it looks like they're gonna trade up. Now, who they're gonna trade up for is beyond me. But they could be wanting that DB out of Ohio State.
Let me go. I was just about to say that. I'm going to look at what pick they have because they're 9.
Yeah, they're at 9.
And now they on the new mock drafts. From what I've been looking at, I love mock drafts. They got Isaiah Simmons going to number 3 now to the Lions.
Okay,
but I snagged that number 3 pick.
All right, they're steadily getting harder. Baker Mayfield or Tua.
I saw Baker Mayfield last year. I think he had over 20 interceptions. Not good. I think I liked him in college. I thought he had a great college career, but he doesn't do anything great. Like his footwork's not great. His accuracy wasn't great. Yeah. Coming out of college, I thought he was a pretty accurate guy.
And if you're gonna be Mayfield, I feel like you gotta have it up here. And I don't know if he has it right now. Now that could just be a sophomore slump.
It could be
because he bought out his freshman or his rookie year.
I agree with you.
So
maybe they just got. Oh, that's a tough one. I like Sam Darnold. I think he had a great year after he came back from mono and after he saw ghosts.
Yeah. I think that scared him straight.
I think I must have spooked some life into him.
Bill Belichick spooked him.
And all of a sudden, that man just came out of nowhere and he started playing pretty good football. However, if I'm the Jets, I'm just going to stick with Sam Darnold.
If I'm the Jets, give me Sam Darnold.
You're in too deep at this point.
Yeah, because like you said about the ceiling, you don't know Sam Darnold's ceiling.
You don't.
But you kind of know his floor.
Yes.
So if that's the worst you're going to get, keep Sam Darnold.
Exactly.
For now. Derek Carr.
Oh, that's a tough one. That is a very tough. I like Derek Carr. I've actually said that the Cowboys go get Derek Carr and let Dak Prescott walk, but I think I would probably go. I'd go Tua just because Raiders get a new stadium. That'd sell great. Bring in Tua. And could you imagine Tua in a Oakland Raiders uniform?
Yeah,
I had to keep it PG there because that would look so freaking nasty.
Yeah, could you imagine Tua and Josh Jacobs in the same backfield roll tide?
That'd be your new favorite team, huh?
Yeah. Wherever Tua goes, go ahead and book it. I'm also calling Rookie of the Year. Jacoby Brissett or Tua.
Easy Tua.
Oh man, you must not watch a lot of Jacoby.
I've seen Jacoby Brissett. I saw one in New England, and I saw him go to Indianapolis, and
I think Brissett can
7-9.
Jameis Winston.
Tua. Tua's not going to throw 30 interceptions in a year.
Drew Lock.
I'm gonna tell the Broncos to stick with Drew Lock because they closed the season out well. However, I'm running team. I'm saying Tua.
I mean, I gotta just look at the talent difference right there. And
did you watch Drew Lock at the end of last year? He looked pretty good.
Drew Lock has got that it factor that Tua does.
Okay.
Case Keenum.
I didn't have to help for it.
All right, here we go. Phillip Rivers.
Oh, Tua. I saw Phillip Rivers last year, and honestly, his arm looked like he needed Tommy John.
He looks like me after throwing when I hurt my elbow. It looks like it pains me to see him throw.
And have you ever seen a quarterback that like throws like when he throws it, you already know it's a pick six?
Yeah,
Like I feel like
you know it because you can hear him through his microphone.
But the biggest thing is when he like it's like as soon as he lets go of the ball, like I just see it going across. I'm like,
that
that
guy has some weird grunts, man. Have you ever heard Phillip Rivers mic'd up, man? He's grunting so weird.
And he doesn't cuss.
He doesn't cuss at all, but he talks the most trash. All right, here we go. Tom Brady or Tua?
At this point, you gotta go with Tua.
Okay.
I think now.
Okay, now if you're
No, it depends what team you are, though.
Yeah, it does.
If you're looking to win now, you go Brady.
Yeah.
You get 2 years of them, and then after that, you move on from there.
Andy Dalton.
Okay.
So you're about to try and convince me Andy Dalton's good. I see it in your face.
I am. All right. Got this stat. Since 2011, the only QBs with over 30,000 pass yards, 200 touchdown passes, and 70 wins are Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, and Andy Dalton. Now,
the Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket. I think now, I would probably say it depends what mode you're in right now. I like, if you're trying to win now, I think you go Andy Dalton. I think he's a victim of more of an average to a little above average quarterback around an awful team who can't stay healthy, awfully run, head coaching problems. I think he's more of a product of that rather than he's a bad quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I worry for Joe Burrow, because Cincinnati is a lot similar to Miami. It's a lot similar to how Oakland has been in years past. I mean, that's where careers go to die. It's Cincinnati.
Yes.
And I mean, that list you just put out was, it's a bunch of Hall of Famers and then Andy Dalton. So, with the exception of Tom Brady, I think everybody on that list, I mean, you just named all the quarterbacks who have had top of the line receivers in their lives.
I will say, I did see a comment on the post that said, well, what other quarterbacks have been playing since 2011? And I was like, you got me there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go Google that one. But he's in good company.
He's in good company. He probably definitely had the sixth best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to get to this point because I'm going to say it for the mock draft. I don't want to. Now, did you see today the Jags are looking to move Nick Foles?
I did, but I got one more quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Teddy Bridgewater or Tua.
Where you want to win? It depends on the team again. I think if you're trying to win now, I think Teddy Bridgewater does give you a great opportunity to win now.
If you are the Redskins, the Lions, or the Dolphins,
you take Tua.
Take Tua?
Yeah, but if you're other team than those, or the Bears. God, if the Bears.
Mitchell Trubisky. Okay, it was not on my list, but let's just get this straight. There's 4 quarterbacks in the draft that are better than Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky is terrible. Could you imagine any other quarterback at the Bears? Because honestly, watch their offense.
Yes.
I feel like the throws are wide open, and he's still.
And he just doesn't do him justice. You know, you look at the final score, you're like, damn, they're giving up so many points. They're giving up so many. Their offense is so bad. I mean, you got to flip the field at least.
And the defense quits on him at that point. Like,
Yes, are also one of my sleeper teams, man. Even with Mitch Trubisky, I think they underachieved last year. To a very, you know, Mitch Trubisky can have that same below average quarterback play that he had last year, and I think the Bears still win a lot more games this year.
I agree.
But yeah, that's
What you got about Nick Foles?
Nick Foles.
Because you can kind of throw right now too.
Where do I see him fitting in, or where do I think he goes?
Both.
I think he fits the best with the Patriots.
Really?
Yes. Super Bowl winner, man. Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's a team guy.
Injury prone.
He's a team guy.
Yes, he is.
And if he could just stay healthy, I think his style of play. I mean, it's like a great value Tom Brady, man. I mean,
he's like easy.
For real, he's like a great value brand Tom Brady. I mean, he went toe to toe with Tom Brady in the damn Super Bowl and beat him, throw for throw. If he's healthy, he
gotta drink some milk because I swear he breaks a collarbone every year.
He does.
But I agree that he's not bad. I'm trying to see a good fit to where I think he could go. It really wouldn't surprise me if he went to the Colts. Only because they hear me out. What if he goes to the Bears and gives Mitchell Trubisky a little bit of competition, maybe up his game a little bit? Do you think he'd cost much to get from? I mean, AJ Bowie just went for a fourth.
Okay, well, would he cost much to get contract? So whoever wants him is going to want him as a starter, and they're going to want him as a franchise guy because you don't pay a guy that much to sit on the bench. You just don't. So.
Oh, you got a point there. No.
I just don't see that. It just don't make sense to have two quarterbacks and one of them is on the bench and making that.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay would be good. I still think he fits the best with it. I think that Nick Foles, Teddy Bridgewater, and Tom Brady are the three coveted QBs that I would they could play quarterback for my team. So I'm really interested in where those three guys go right there, along with Tua, because he's kind of a wild card in the draft.
Okay. So, the NFL season ending. I'm getting ready for that we're going to knock out. But what also is coming up on us and very quickly is baseball season.
Yes, sir.
Baseball season is back. For you Braves fans, Shane Green had a rough outing the other night, but I'm glad he's in spring training. That is the perfect time to just go ahead and give up 4 and 2
And if you want to be negative,
no, I think it's positive.
No. For all you negative fans out there, Ronald Acuna Jr. and Marcelo Ozuna combined are 2 for 26 with 12 because it might not get no better, guys.
But I think they're gonna be fine. I think.
It's spring training, man. I'm not worried at all. I think we're gonna be deep.
So do you want to do over unders first, or do you want to start with the give them the scoop on these free agents?
Okay, so we got some free agent news.
Let's do the free agents first. I like that one.
We got some free agent news in the world of baseball.
And what's crazy is we practiced about 2 or 3 of these, and honestly, I've forgot the answers to the ones that we practiced.
Okay, so let's just say this is what baseball's got to work on, guys. They got to work on marketing their superstars. They got to work. I mean, because there's a lot of everybody in the MLB is a superstar. If you know anything about baseball, I mean, these guys are legit. Okay, but we're over here. We've been talking all this time about free agency in the NFL and where these guys are going to go. Well, these guys on a deal. They're reported to spring training. They are on that team now. And a lot of people, including myself until this week, did not know where these guys were. And these are guys who are big names, and they're guys that can help you win a title. So we're just talking the easy ones. All right, I'm going to quiz you.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm going to quiz you. So Garrett Cole.
Yankees. Went to Yankees.
Okay, Garrett Cole is a Yankee.
$300 million contract.
All right. World Series hero Anthony Rendon.
Oh, he went to the Rangers, right? No, the Angels.
The LA
Angels.
He is an LA Angel, and watch out because that lineup
Madden as well.
That lineup has
they need a lefty.
Two of the hottest stars in the league.
Trout, Rendon, and don't forget Pujols. He's an old guy, but
Pujols is still chug-a-lugging along.
He won't hit. He'll only hit a single R bomb. No doubles.
Zero speed in MLB The Show. Okay, Steven Strasburg.
Back with the Nationals?
Yes, he re-signed with the Nationals. Josh Donaldson.
Twins. Braves missed out on that one.
Yeah, Braves swung and missed on Josh Donaldson, but Austin Riley hit a 2-run bomb.
I saw it. Yeah, After they lost to the Rays.
All right. Hyun-Jin Ryu. Oh, Cy Young candidate last year.
It's a blue team.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blue team.
It's up north.
The team from Canada.
Yeah, Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay,
Hyun-Jin Ryu is a member of the Toronto Blue Jays. Brett Garner re-signed with the Yankees.
For the Dodgers.
But they did add David Price.
Yeah.
They got Kershaw.
I take Ryu over Price.
You got Zach Wheeler.
Zach Wheeler. Philadelphia Phillies, because Braves going to have to face him. Quick fun fact for you.
Oh, yes, fun fact.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
So everybody remembers Bill Buckner as the guy who let the ground ball go under his legs and lose the World Series. But did you know, this is for you, Bill Buckner, that he had more career hits than Ted Williams?
Nobody in the audience knew that, I'm sure. But
stay tuned for more.
Yeah, stay tuned for more. We're gonna start doing a little fun fact segment.
Randomly throughout this show, just to keep you on your toes. I know some of you guys try to hop off this podcast in like 6 minutes after watching. So just keep you on your toes, make you listen the whole way through. We'll hit you with the did you know facts, and I bet you don't get them right.
Yeah, there's no way you know. Mike Moustakas, where's he at?
Oh, Mike Moustakas. Okay,
I'll give you
Cincinnati Reds.
Yep.
Let's go.
Cole Hamels.
Our Atlanta Braves.
He's in Atlanta with a messed up shoulder, and he's not looking good. He's doing this all day.
Is it bad that I want to pull the Step Brothers line? It's good for shoulder pain.
Yeah. Julio Teheran.
You're gonna have to hit me with that one.
He's a Los Angeles Angel, thank God.
Okay. Over under ERA of 5.
In the AL East, I would say
over under 5.
I mean, let's make it 5-5.
Over.
Yeah.
I think he's got above 5 ERA.
Okay. Howie Kendrick's back with the Nationals.
Okay.
Madison Bumgarner.
Oh, you mean Mason Sanders?
Mason. Okay, guys. For those of y'all, that's enough of the free agencies. But for those of y'all who don't know, Madison Bumgarner. And it's funny because if you had to pick one guy in MLB who might also have an alias performing in rodeos under a fake name, up to 2 days before he actually pitches in a game, per report, it would be Madison Bumgarner. And guess what? You would be correct because Madison Bumgarner has been participating in rodeos. He is a roper, and he rides on the back of a horse.
He does the 8 seconds. He does the
no. He's a roper. He takes the rope and his teammate hooks the front and he hooks the hind legs, and he got found out because there's this picture that went viral, and it's of him and he's big rodeo, and in the picture it's like, right to left, blah, 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 Mason Saunders. Okay, well, Mason Saunders is clearly Madison Bumgarner.
So I saw that they had the Mason Saunders appreciation night from the minor league team.
Yeah, his former minor league team, I think they did the bobblehead and the whole 9 yards. So that's if y'all ain't up to date on that, then look that up because that is a funny story. But also, speaking of baseball,
let's go through all 30 teams. Quick question, because you told me earlier, where did Didi Gregorius go? Because as a Braves fan, this one probably hit the worst one because I think Didi's a great player, but also the short porch.
I think that
for the Phillies,
our numbers
the short porch, and now he just goes to another place that also has a short porch.
Didi Gregorius is a Philadelphia Philly, but the Phillies will be the Phillies. I'm not too concerned about the Phillies. I think the Braves are going to hold everybody off this year, just like last year, just like the year before. It's all about the postseason for the Braves, in my opinion. I mean, I feel like we have the team that is built for the long haul of the season.
The bullpen.
Yeah, even the starter. We got young guys who want to play every day. That have
they got a little taste. They got a little taste last year.
Yeah, and I think it's just a matter of the postseason. Of playoffs and having good regular seasons. We got the Vegas odds over under.
Okay, I like this. This is always fun.
All right, so they got the Arizona Diamondbacks at 86.5 wins.
86.5.
Yeah.
I actually go. I go under.
I go under as well.
Typical Diamondbacks, right?
I go under as well. The Atlanta Braves at 90.5.
I go over. And I'm actually going to give them 96.
I'm going to give them 106.
God, that's a juggernaut.
Give me that. Give me that.
We're not biased. All I'm going to go over. I feel like it's really hard to only win 57 games.
Yeah, I think they.
I give them 60.
They did it last year. I'll go under.
I'm gonna give them 60, and they still have 100 losses.
I'm gonna go under. The Boston Red Sox.
What are they at?
93.5. Now I don't know what Vegas knows that we don't know as the public.
Is it? I think are they going by like addition by subtraction rules? You lose David Price, you get better.
I don't know, but I'm going under.
I'm going under as well. I think they're third place in the AL.
Chicago 88.5. Under for me.
88.5?
Yeah.
I agree. I think they're under as well. They just lost the manager. I think Chris Bryant is going to – now, unless they trade Chris Bryant for Nolan Arenado, which I can see happening, that's the only way I'd give them above the 88.
The Chicago White Sox, 81.5.
Over.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be a surprise.
I'll give them 82 wins. I'll give them 82 wins. I'll go over. Cincinnati Reds, 82.5.
Over. That's the surprise team in the NL Central.
Over.
Second place.
I'll give them over as well. The Cleveland Indians, 91.5. I'll go under.
I go under as well. I think they're going to look to move Francisco Lindor this year. And they didn't lose Kluber. He went to the Rangers.
If you're the Braves.
Free agency. Kluber.
Rangers.
Yeah, he went to the Rangers.
Okay, so if you're the Braves.
Okay.
Sorry, sidebar.
That's okay. I enjoy it.
If you're the Braves.
Yes.
And you put a package together. Then includes Dansby Swanson. You get back Francisco Lindor. Do you do it?
Do you sign him long term?
Yes.
Oh, you sign him long term?
You take his contract.
I think he's a free agent in the next couple of years, so that's the thing.
You sign him long term.
Okay. I take Francisco Lindor. Could you imagine?
I'm saying this year. Honestly, this year. I mean, if we get a World Series title next year, don't matter, big boy. It don't matter.
You know what? As a fan, I'd be so happy if we won a World Series.
So for real, would you do it risking that we might lose him in free? I mean, that includes.
Yeah, I think you know what? I think he would mesh so well with Ozzy Albies.
I love Dansby, but I like the little theme we got going. We got Albies, we got Acuna. Let's get Lindor, okay?
And you know what?
I hope you're listening.
Then,
not, but okay.
Man, honestly, I don't know if you're a big Brian Snitker guy. I like him as a manager, but I think
higher. We got the Colorado Rockies at 75.5.
Over.
I'll go over. That's very low.
And you know what? They better put some respect on the Rockies. You know, they play in Colorado. You know, they're going to give up 5 to 6 runs a game, but they'll probably score about 5 as well. So, I think they're going to maybe probably go right there around the 500.
They're a wild card for sure. You don't know if they're going to win 100 or if they're going to win 60. Honestly,
it just depends on the year, man.
Detroit Tigers at 59.5. I'll go under.
Yeah, Detroit.
Name a Detroit Tiger.
Do you remember Frank Castellanos? Whatever his name was. I'll be like 09 the show. Does he still play for Miguel Cabrera? Does Victor Martinez?
Does he still play for the Tigers? Miguel Cabrera even still in the league? I think so.
We got a problem. All right, let's see if we got any listen. We got 2 people listening. So hey, if either of you guys can name a Detroit Tiger, put it in the comments.
Other than Miguel Cabrera, name a Detroit Tiger other than Miguel Cabrera.
Put in the comments, and I'll try to message you or find a way to contact you.
You got the Houston Astros at 97.5. I'll go under
because I hate them.
I hate them
because I hate them. I'm not biased, but I hate them.
I hope they lose 97.5 games.
And I hope Altuve gets caught with PEDs and he's suspended for his career.
Also, September 26th, we got a series with the Astros. I know it's like one of the last series of the year. Might be our last series of the year as the Braves.
Book it in your calendar.
But all you Braves fans out there, that will be an option. The March Madness bracket, that can be one of your options.
2 tickets.
You can get 2 tickets.
To the Braves Astros.
You and a buddy, you and your girl, whatever, to the Braves Astros last series of the year, and you can boo them as much as you like because we support Astros booing on this show.
And not only that, but if you have like a spare trash can at home and you want to bring it and just bang on it, or you want to, we had an idea we were going to build a fake camera.
I would say bring a sign, but they would steal it.
We saw that in spring training. So some Astros PR person stealing signs again on.
Yeah, I mean they just really don't get marketing, I guess, because they're going to continue to steal signs.
So one thing. I got an update earlier. Okay, fan to the Astros. A fan yelled when George Springer was up to bat and he got struck out looking on a fastball. And I was like, that's what you get, George Springer. I'm glad I got that update because that made me happy.
You saw the video of some guy
banging the trash can at batting practice?
No, some guy was yelling at okay, so let's pause on the Astros a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so beanballs. Do you think there's a better way? Because I'm getting soft as I age a little more.
You know what? I don't aim for the head at all.
I'm getting a little soft. I don't want to say that yes, you got to bean these guys, but how else are you supposed to punish them?
Would you mind hitting them in the leg, or honestly?
No, if I'm hitting somebody in the ribs.
I'm saying, I was about to say, as a pitcher, that's the one.
Because you don't go for their head, all right? You don't go for their legs, especially a guy like Altuve. I mean, that's how he makes his money. I mean, you don't go for their legs. You don't go for their head. All right. You gotta have that middle ground right here that is fair game. That if you piss me off, you're gonna eat one right here. And if you know how to properly take a pitch in the back, then
it shouldn't be too bad.
Then take your base, and I hope it stings. But
I hope it stings.
It just so happens you break your rib.
We're not mad at it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset as upset if I ended your career with a beanball to the head.
And so I agree. I'd much rather go for the ribs, stuff like that. I want to make sure that they feel it though.
Yeah, but not on the butt. I've taken fastballs on the butt. Granted, they're about 90, not 95. But
I wonder when is there a difference between 90 and any greater? Like I feel like 90 is gonna feel just like 100 is gonna feel.
I don't know. I've also been hit with a curveball on my elbow about 75, and that hurt. I had a hematoma, man.
Dude, I took one. I took before.
So just hit them anywhere, man. Besides the head, just beam them guys, man. But yeah, I was just gonna see, and if any of the listeners have an opinion on a better way to discipline the Astros than beating them, because in an ideal world they would have got disciplined by the commissioner, but they didn't. So
Rob Manfred.
So being a self-governing game, is there a better way to punish the Astros instead of beating them? You can write in on Facebook or comment on our Instagram and let us know what you think about that.
Email as well.
Okay, so moving on, we got the Kansas City Royals at 66.5 game.
I'll go over. I think
I'll
go
go
like
over.
60. What was it? 66.
I'll go over. That team plays defense.
They win 67. That's for fourth in the AL Central.
The LA Angels 83.5. I got them over this year, man.
I agree. I think they're gonna make playoffs.
I think they're gonna make the playoffs too. I hope they do.
I do too.
Because
Mike Trout deserves it. Man.
Speaking of another team that deserves a World Series championship, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
What are they at?
98.5. And the Astros aren't stealing signs.
No, honestly, I'm gonna take over. I think they're gonna be pissed off this year.
Yeah, I'll take the over, man. The Dodgers are stacked.
Every year, I feel like
they're gonna
go make another move and
they're gonna win 100 games.
I wonder what dude.
Miami Marlins 64.5.
Over. I think they're heading in the right direction. Honestly, I think they're starting to build. Not a winning team, but a competitive team for sure.
Okay, so I'd like to see. I think they're going under. I just hope that they're going under. Really, honestly, because
the NL East is a good division.
The Marlins, that's just a team that I would like to see stay in the toilet for so long. Like, I just hate them, and it's not like they're going to compete.
It's because of Jose Urena. I don't like them.
It's not like they're going to compete, but if they were any good at all, they might hurt the Braves record a little bit. They would do. It's not like they would be making any noise. They would just be messing it up for other people.
I agree.
So the Milwaukee Brewers 82.5.
Over. I think they're going to win the NL Central.
I'll go over as well. I don't think I'm just not big on the Cubs. I think we played the Cubs a lot this year,
and they lost Madden.
It's just not
the manager.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not big on the Cubs. I think
the Pirates and Cardinals.
The Pirates and the Cardinals.
Okay,
Pirates no.
Pirates are gonna be last. But okay, the Cardinals could be up top too. I forgot about the Cardinals.
The Twins, their under is at 90.5.
I actually got under.
I'm gonna go under on that too.
I think they kind of overperformed last year.
I just don't see Twins. They did get Josh Donaldson.
Man, I missed him already.
But name.
Yeah.
I just
He's
don't.
in for the nasty.
I mean, but look at their starters, and then look at like a team like the Braves. I think
Pitching wins.
I think we got better. I think we got better starters.
I'll take our.
I mean, and you got to think that our starters aren't the best.
No,
I look at a team like Minnesota, and I'm going to go under 90, but I think they're going to be a good team.
I do too.
The New York Mets at 86.5. That's way too high. I think they're going to win about 75 games.
I think they're going to be right there about 80, 82. So I'm going to say under.
The Yankees, way too high. 100 and a half.
Over.
I'll go under for the Yankees. They already got Aaron Judge with arm problems. They got Giancarlo Stanton.
They missed a lot of last year, and they were.
And they also who's that pitcher for the Severino's out for the year with Tommy John.
You are right. You are correct.
So I just
they got Garrett Cole.
I just don't see that 100.
Tanaka.
I just don't see that 100 being right there. I also think the Red Sox they're not going to win 93 and a half games, which is the over under. But I think the Red Sox are going to be good. I think the Rays are going to be good.
I think the Rays will be good. I don't know about the Red Sox.
100 wins, I just don't see it. The Oakland Athletics, 91 and a half under. I don't even know why it's so high.
I think they're consistently a good team. I think they're going to win 89 though, so I'm going to say under.
The Phillies, 85 and a half.
Actually, I'm going to go over.
I'll go over.
I'm going to be a wild card team right around the 90 range.
I'll go over as well. I think the Phillies win around 90 games. I feel like it's going to be them.
Braves and the Phillies. I agree. Right there with you.
The Pirates, 73 and a half.
Under. I just
I'll go.
they're rebuilding.
I'll go.
That's a tough one.
Reluctantly, I'll go under. That just seems so low for a franchise like the Pirates. But you're right. They are, a little rough.
Yeah, I think it'll take a couple years.
The San Diego Padres, 84 and a half. Over.
Over.
I'm going over.
So did they
believe.
What's free agent splashes? This off. Too sure with that one.
I don't think I think that I'm going over. Based on I think they got a lot of young guys who are going to be 1 year older, 1 year more mature. It's like the Braves when Ozzie was coming up.
I'm gonna go over as well.
I think Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to be taking another step this year. I think.
That's a good player.
I think
Will Myers.
I think they got a good bullpen. Is Kirby Yates still their closer? I think because that's top of the line closer right there.
Got some good points there.
I think, but obviously is a bona fide number 3 hitter. But okay, what about the San Francisco Giants 68 and a half?
I don't see the Giants lose.
I'll go over. Seattle Mariners 66 and a half.
You know what? The Mariners are going to have a decent season this year. They're going to win 79 games.
I'll go over 66 and a half. The St. Louis Cardinals 88 and a half. I'll go under.
I think they're going to be right there in contention for the NL Central. So 88 and a half, you said?
Yeah, 88 and a half. I'll go under. I think they're going to be right there, but I still think that's not.
I say over.
It's not going to take 88 and a half games to make playoffs.
They go over and win 89 games.
It's really not going to take that to win the playoffs or to make the playoffs, in my opinion. Tampa Bay Rays 92 and a half. I want to go under. I want to go under. Barely under, though.
Like 91.
Barely under. The Texas Rangers 75 and a half. I'll go under.
Half. I'm going under too.
Yeah, I think you should flip the Texas Rangers 75 and a half, and you flip that with maybe the Giants.
Yeah, I can do. Okay.
The 68 and a half for the Giants. That's how I'd have had it. 73 and a half Toronto Blue Jays. I'm gonna go over. They've had the number 1 farm system in the minor leagues.
You're right. And I'm gonna go over as well. You couldn't convince me at that.
Eventually, these guys are gonna come up in the league and they're gonna start producing.
And what, Ryu?
It's a good question. See, this is what Major League Baseball has to do a better job of informing us. We are top-notch fans, I promise. We just don't know where these guys are playing.
I'm doing your job for you, MLB. I'm announcing to everyone. Who's the player for the Toronto Blue Jays?
Oh, the
New York Mets.
Yeah,
New York Mets. Okay, now I kind of do remember hearing about that a little.
Okay, the last team, the World Series champions, Washington Nationals, 89 and a half.
who's going to fill that void? I know they got, what's his name, Juan Soto.
Yeah.
But, Howie Kendrick, guys like that. Trey Turner. I'm trying to name another guy with some pop. Since it's a little preseason, I got something in here real quick. The college football top 10, preseason top 10 was released. Let me find it in here because it got me angry. Let's see if I can find it.
It got you angry. Georgia must be.
I don't even know if they were. Okay. You're ready. Preseason FPI top 10. Ohio State was 2, 3 Oklahoma, 4 Alabama, 5 Penn State, 6 Wisconsin, 7 Texas, 8 Texas A&M, 9 Notre Dame, and 10 Georgia. 1, they don't have Florida in there. Who, I'm a Georgia fan. Got to have Florida. And I don't know why they're in there. I think A&M's going to make a big move.
I would keep Wisconsin and Penn State in there. What I would do is
Texas A&M,
Texas A&M,
Wisconsin, Penn
Texas
State.
A&M. I don't know. Texas A&M, Alabama. We drum Texas A&M every year.
And they got Kellen Mond coming back for like the 10th year.
How old is Kellen Mond?
Put it on the. We should make a poll. How old is
How
Kellen
old
Mond?
is Kellen Mond?
Without Google, can you answer it?
For Auburn a couple years ago.
Oh, what's his name?
Daniel Carlson.
That's it. There you go.
He's a career 100% field goal kisses.
What? It says Kellen Mond is only 20. Born in 99. He's only a Jew. He's been at Texas A&M.
He's been there for 10 years. Yeah, I remember when he was coming in as a freshman. I feel like I was in 8th grade.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, but yeah. One more thing. Before we head out, we had a bet.
Oh, before that, I gotta get to it.
Oh yes,
XFL
picks. I did very bad last time.
Well, this was 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I went 3-1. My partner over here had a 1-3 record, so it's okay. You can still hang in there. But I'm gonna just go through a recap of week 4. The Battlehawks went to 3-1, beating the Seattle Dragons. Let's see who's next. Oh my gosh, it's telling me all about the Battlehawks game and nothing about any other game. So hold on one second. Oh, I know the Defenders
They dropped 2 in a row, right?
Yeah, they lost badly to the Vipers, who, on Pardon My Take, the PFT guy, he calls them the Diapers.
Okay, so let's just throw this out here, okay? Guardians started out 0-2, right?
2-2 now.
And they insert this kid, this guy at quarterback. He says that he learned how to play quarterback from YouTube. He didn't play no high school ball.
What?
Yeah. He said that, and they injured him, and now they're 2-0 with him as a starting quarterback.
Dude, and they won against.
He's making good throws. I saw him play a little bit against the Los Angeles Wildcats. I watched a little
and
bit.
they beat the Wildcats 17-14, and then
brings the Wildcats to 1-3.
I don't know the score of the Roughnecks Renegades, but I do know the Roughnecks remained undefeated with the XFL's MVP, PJ Walker. They are now 4-0, and I think Dallas may have dropped to 1-3, which is surprising. They have Stooks from Oklahoma and what's that old court? Landry Jones. And then last, I just mentioned that
we got coming up this week.
Let's see what we got this week. I kind of closed out of the thing I was supposed to be at, so give me 1 second. Okay, here it goes. So the Seattle Dragons at the Houston Roughnecks. What do you got? I think the Dragons are 1-3. And
give me the Roughnecks.
Roughnecks because they're undefeated. You know what? So we both got Roughnecks there.
Yeah.
Okay, then New York Guardians at the Dallas Renegades. I'm going with the Guardians for sure. Mainly because you just told me that dude learned how to play quarterback on YouTube.
I'm going with the Renegades for the same reason you just said you were going for the Guardians.
I got to, just because, like I said, if he learned it from YouTube, maybe I can learn it and I can go play quarterback in the XFL. This is going to be a big one. The Battlehawks, who are 3-1 at the DC Defenders. Now, I read on Twitter today that the Defenders are going to try to build the world's longest beer snake at the game, where like they chug a beer cup and build like a snake throughout the stadium?
I'm going with the Defenders. I'm sticking with the Defenders because
Are you?
that was my pick to begin the year because obviously they have the most recognizable quarterback if you pay attention.
Up the upper deck to their XFL game.
Disagree on.
Battle of the Toilet Bowl. Is it the Tampa Bay Vipers? I think so.
I'm going Wildcats, man.
And the LA Wildcats?
The Wildcats blew out the Defenders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wildcats too, just because I don't like to pick the team who has ugly uniforms like the Vipers.
Yeah, I'm going Wildcats for sure. So,
So-
I'm feeling good about those 4 picks right there.
I think I'm gonna beat you again. And speaking of picks, we had a little bet
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago. Would have the belt.
If anybody
Thank
watched
you.
that fight,
Thank you, Tyson Fury.
if anybody watched that fight,
Won me the belt.
if y'all wasted y'all's money like we did
Yes.
on that fight, it was brutal, man. Tyson Fury is way better boxer than Deontay Wilder. I don't really think Deontay Wilder and his team understand marketing very well because he's out there saying he wants a third fight right now.
They already scheduled June or July.
I mean, in my opinion, dude, I just don't think that there's a big market for another fight right now. I think he needs to knock a couple guys out to make me want to watch him get beat up by Tyson Fury again.
He worded it perfect. In our MLB fantasy baseball draft.
Yes.
Don't forget to stay tuned to our social medias, which, here on YouTube, you can like and subscribe to us. We are Sports Pantomath, our channel. On Twitter, we're at Sports Pantomath1. Instagram, we're at Sports Pantomaths. Facebook, Sports Pantomath Podcast. And then we're available on Apple, Google Podcasts, Sports Pantomaths, and then Spotify as well.
Sports Pantomaths.
If you got it, and go ahead and guess what? You can email us if you want to talk to us. Are you feeling lonely? You need to have a conversation with one of us about your sports takes. Give us an email, sportspantomaths@gmail.com. Don't forget, this show's got to be brought to you by the two guys who are paced.
Armor Road, right next to Bucky's Vape Shop.
So if you were going to be like us in a couple weeks, want to get your tan on, get rid of your paleness, hit the tan spot. Also, this koozie's keeping my water real nice. Go ahead and call him or reach him on Facebook, Handy Dandy Man, because he will definitely get all contact him and give him a word. He'll do the best job for him. But tune in, stay tuned to our social medias when we let you guys know about when the next podcast will be and more information on that surprise that we'll be giving out for coming in first place for March Madness bracket. Which
vote on the poll. Vote on the poll.
Vote on the poll, please.
Even if you're not going to do a March Madness bracket through us, not what we want. We want the people to get what they want.
Democracy.
Yes.
Thank you guys for listening.